The Queen of Racing, Gay Waterhouse, has proven the crowd favourite as thousands turned out to join in the Melbourne Cup parade. It was a family affair for jockeys and trainers as they gear up for tomorrow's main event. Stephanie Anderson was there.
With a cup, connections and loads of colour, a racing tradition makes its return to the heart of Melbourne.
The last time we did it was in 2019 and they've really turned out today, which we're so delighted, and it's just a great spirit here right at the moment. It's wonderful. Walking
a trimmed down route across Princess Bridge to Fed Square, the jockeys and trainers of 23 cup contenders are the stars of the show, crowds lining the barriers to take it all in.
Might run into somebody that'll give me a good tip.
You couldn't explain this to anyone back home unless they've been here. It's quite amazing.
A group of anti-racing protesters made their point to the passing procession as punters were given a close-up with the cup and some racing royalty.
It's the best cup in the world. It's so much fun. It brings the city stops, the whole nation stops for this race. Where does that do anywhere else in the world? Nowhere.
As the party started in Fed Square, tomorrow's entertainment lineup checked out the track. Swimmer and singer Cody Simpson set to belt out the national anthem.
I'm a little nervous, but you know, you're always nervous before doing something great, and this is certainly a great thing.
Now, while the weather has played along for today's warm-up celebrations, the forecast is looking a little more challenging for Cup Day tomorrow. For some, that'll suit just fine.
My horse loves the wet, so more rain the better for me.
Others, not so much.
I'd like the rain to disappear and miss Flemington if we could.
But whatever the skies deliver, it seems there's just no dampening that spring carnival spirit.
If we get wet, we get wet, and if we don't, then we'll get wet in the shower at the end of the day.
Stephanie Anderson, 9 News.
And with more on tomorrow's action at Flemington, let's cross live to Tony Jones.
Thanks very much, people. As you can see, the stage is set for what's going to be a terrific day, regardless of the weather. Lavinia will join us in a tick to tell us about that. But I can tell you the money was flying thick and fast at the call of the card today. Everyone with varying views. They've done their homework as to who might actually get the bickies tomorrow. Now, High Emotion, this is the horse that won the Bendigo Cup. It's come into the field because of several scratchings. A $15,000 bet today to win $915,000. Rob Waterhouse, he was the one that really raised the eyebrows. We just heard from Gay, but Rob stole the show today. He's been bold enough to take on the favourite, DeVille Legend. If DeVille Legend gets up, he's going to be in the range of $1 million out of pocket. But the biggest bet today, $20,000, was plonked on the roughie Numerian. $91 at the moment. That means, if you do your sums quickly, a $1.8 million payout if that horse gets over the line first. So some big numbers being thrown around at Crown Casino today. Lavinia joins us now with a friend, and also some little numbers, I'm afraid.
Yes, some very little numbers, Tony, but whoever wins this will not be feeling the cold. The forecast maximum is still a tiny 14 degrees, and that will be the lowest maximum since 1995. The rainfall number is also now a little smaller, 8 to 10 millimetres at Flemington, so not enough to fill this cup. Showers are expected to pick up at around 9 or 10 a.m, so if you want to head out to walk the dog, get out nice and early. There's also the chance of thunderstorms and small hail. They're expected in the afternoon and evening. They could hit during the cup, more likely a little later, but we still can't rule it out. So, Pete, the weather could play a big part in exactly who takes this cup home tomorrow.
Sounds like very much like it. Thank you, Lavinia. And to Flemington, here's Tony Jones with sport. Tony.
Yeah, going to be a lot of kids having nightmares tonight, Pete. Nothing to do with Halloween. Anyway, thank you. We are ticking down to the big race here at Flemington tomorrow, and there's a nervous night ahead also for the connections of a couple of cup contenders. We're live with those details next. Also coming up after the break, the world's top jock spoiling for a fight. The latest... Welcome back to Flemington, and there are real doubts over a pair of runners for tomorrow's Melbourne Cup here, with the field in danger of being reduced to just 21 runners. Braden Ingram joins us live now, and Braden, an anxious 12, 13, 14, 15 hours, whatever it is, for the connections involved.
Well, that's all right, Tony. It'll all come down to tomorrow morning when a pair of runners are inspected, that being Graham Begg's Luna Flair and also Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace's interpretation. They've shown some signs of lameness and will need to pass vet checks tomorrow if they are indeed to race in the Melbourne Cup. Already we're down to 23 with Lloyd Williams' Point Nepean scratched after showing elevated blood levels. Of course, the favourite for so long has been Deauville Legend, and that certainly still remains the case, as short as $3.60 with Montefilia and Without a Fight on the next line of betting for what is set to be a very special running of the Melbourne Cup.
Stars of racing at every turn on our streets, among them the world's best hoop.
Where would it rate in your career to win a cup?
Oh, at the very top.
Ahead of his 5th ride in the great race, William Buick is bullish. Without a Fight can ensure an extra piece of luggage will accompany him back to England.
Without a Fight, he wouldn't have a sexier profile as Deauville Legend, but he's solid. Look, I think he ticks a lot of boxes for the race.
But his cup experience pales to that of Karen McAvoy's. A record equalling 4th triumph beckons on Deauville Legend, and it could come to a showdown between the highly fancied pair.
Get him in a nice position, relaxed in a rhythm, and then we can build into the race. You know, it's his first time obviously running 2 miles, so I'll have to take that into account.
The Legend is the only runner at odds under $10, but the lightly raced 3-year-old has a lot to carry with 55 kilos.
The only negative for him is the weight. He's well and truly been handicapped right to the top of his form.
Vow and Declare delivered an All-Australian victory for Danny O'Brien 3 years ago, and there's a familiar feeling brewing.
He's probably going as well as what he was in 2019, and it may not be as deep a race as the year he won in 2019.
Craig Williams was on board for his breakthrough win. This time he's with Gay and Hu Yamal.
Actually win the Melbourne Cup, it is a race that changes jockeys' lives.
It certainly would for Cup novice Damien Thornton, who could be on a winner at just his 2nd attempt, with local hope Realm of Flowers now one of the leading chances.
She's got the conditions to suit and she'll love the 2 miles, so she ticks a few boxes going into tomorrow.
So if it does turn into a mud derby, no issues?
No, it'll be good for us.
Rain or hail, someone will shine forever. Braden Ingram, 9 News.
It's going to be a big day, isn't it?